Welcome to our virtual open house, an inside look into what we are doing. You've heard so many of your friends, you've seen their posts, and you're like, what does it look like? What does it look like to work with us within Fit Inside FitWINS? You want to feel good in your clothes. You want to feel good when you go to the doctor's office, but you also want it to be like balanced, right? You want to look good and feel good all year long. You want to enjoy the holidays, right? And well, we all know summer is coming and we want to feel confident. We want to feel confident wearing our shorts. We want to feel confident going to the pool and playing with our kids, playing with our grandkids, all those things. We're excited to show you our clients' journey, right? How we kind of touch upon customizing their specific goals and how we really share a personal touch. So that one-on-one attention and how we are honestly regular people making their vision come alive. So now I would say is more important than ever to get yourself in the best shape possible, right? So we're all kind of getting to a certain age. And if you are at a stage in your life, or if you are in our program and you were in a stage of your life where what you used to be doing to quote unquote get in your best shape is no longer working. So maybe when you were younger, you used to like do a bunch of cardio and that would fix it. Or you would kind of do something really quick, start eating carbs, and that would fix it. Or maybe you are the heaviest you've ever been. So sometimes we will get on a call with women or we hear from women like, I literally am as heavy as I was on my third trimester. This happens all the time. Your body isn't changing. So, and we've heard this all before, right? Crash diets, no carbs, Optivia, you've done the starvation, you've done the restrictions, and what's going on is it just seems so insurmountable, impossible, and you don't know where to start. So we are here no matter what stage you are, if you're a beginner, if you're more intermediate, if you are advanced, to tell you that it is 100% possible. And we are here to show you how, right? And we have worked with, just a little bit of background about us, we have worked with over 1,000 women ages in their early 20s all the way up to their 80s with different diagnoses, autoimmune injuries. We've worked with cancer warriors, diabetes, tons of injuries and surgeries. So this is really our area of expertise. And just a little bit about myself is first of all, Sarah and I are all certified, in nutrition, personal training, life coaching. Sarah's an OT, but our personal story for me, and I'm not going to go into it so long, but I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism after my first child, and then I went into early menopause. So as you can see, we have been there and done it. Sarah, do you want to kind of unmute yourself and go into your little story?
Sure. Yeah, so for myself, a big part of why I'm so passionate about doing this is my own history with an eating disorder. I had an eating disorder when I was a teenager, and I've been in recovery for a really long time. And I'm very passionate about helping women have a healthy relationship with food and also with their bodies, starting from a place of loving and appreciating your body.
You're probably a working woman. You're probably kind of busy. You're probably struggling. We have been there. We are moms. We have been there. So I wish that somebody had kind of helped me this way. So I will be honest with you, your problem right now is you do not have a strategy or a structure to get to your goals, right? So we think about it physiologically, right? Your body is different, right? From where you were when you were a teenager, right? Or even in your 20s, right? Than how it is in your 40s, your 50s, and beyond, right? Your life stage is different. If you think about like in your teenagers or in your 20s, you had a lot more time, right? You could stay up late, you could wake up whenever, you didn't have to think about kids, work, deadlines. So what you need is a clear roadmap, right? And it doesn't have to be complicated, but it does have to be personalized to you. What works with your body, your lifestyle, your goals, your dreams, your preferences, and your priorities, right? You have to navigate your life. So how are our clients getting such amazing, sustainable results, right? So we will show you exactly how it works. So we use the 3M method. Okay, so what we do, and this is based upon brain research, is we look at you as a whole, right? We look at how you think, your mind, your belief systems, and we hold you accountable. We look at how you exercise, how you strength train and get stronger. And we look at how you personally eat and what works for you and your body. And we look at you holistically and make that work in for you and your goals. Sarah's going to talk about the app.
All right, so I am going to go into why you guys are all here today, which is to get a sneak peek inside of our program. So to do that, I'm going to highlight one of our current clients, Courtney, who you may have seen on our page before. So this is Courtney. Courtney joined about a year and a half ago, just under a year and a half ago in January of 2024. And she joined after she had been through cancer and treatment and surgeries. She had been put into medical menopause as a result of her cancer treatment. And she was at a point where she had gained a lot of weight through this process. And she was being told that it was not likely for her to ever lose the weight. And she was really doubting that it was ever possible for her. But she had young children that she was trying to keep up with. She coached her kids' soccer team. She wanted to have her energy back. She dreamed of being able to be that like vibrant, active mom with her kids. And she knew she had to do something. So I am, you can see she is down 47 pounds now. She is feeling amazing. And I'm going to show you exactly how she did it. So I am going to screen share her specific plan that she is on, and you'll see exactly what it looks like in our app. Now we do typically use the app on your phone, but obviously for the purposes of this Zoom, I'm going to show you on the computer. So this is Courtney. So Courtney, you can see in her app, she has a very clear list of things to do today, right? It outlines her specific nutrition goals. So you can see what her calories are set at, and then we break it down into each macro as well. And I just want to highlight, this is not where she started, right? So she started with less calories. You do have to go into a deficit to lose fat. And so it was not a crazy deficit, but she started with less and she hit her goal, right? And so now she is in the reverse burn phase of our program. She is in phase 2. And in this phase, we are building her up more and more and more to get to maintenance calories so that she can maintain her new physique, right? Underneath, you can see several things that are assigned for her to do today. You can see she's already done her upper body workout for today. She got 7 hours of sleep last night. These are habits, and we have habits. Actually, currently, we're running an internal challenge in our program. So these habits are related to that specific challenge. But we also set habits for clients based on what their goals are and what they want to achieve each day. I want to highlight her workouts. I'm going to open this workout up, and you can see in the workout, it's actually us in the videos, right? So if you open this up, this is our program. It is Nurit and myself in the videos. For each exercise, there is a video, there's a written description, as you can see. And Courtney has progressed to one of the more advanced series of workouts. And this is super impactful, super powerful, because when she started with everything, excuse me, everything her body had been through and the surgeries and everything, she started with a gentle program. She started in our gentle joint program, which is designed to be gentle on your joints, gentle on your spine. And she is now in an advanced program and is challenging herself and getting stronger and lifting heavier and heavier. And that's why you see those body composition changes being so drastic for her, right? The other part I want to highlight is the groups section. So over here in our app, we have groups of information, right? So in each of these sections, we have tons of resources for you. So when you first get started, we have resources to get you going, to get you oriented to the app, to learn the science of fat loss and provide you with tons of information about that. And then we have tons of recipes in here. For instance, lunch and dinner recipes that you can cook. They're all family friendly. We don't believe in like making one meal for yourself and one meal for your kids. It's all family friendly meals. And then we have things like extra workout modifications, challenges, and mindset resources as well. And then finally, I want to highlight the messaging feature. So with our messaging, our in-app messaging feature, you can contact us 24/7, right? And you will get a response. We try to respond very quickly within 2 to 4 hours. So you can ask us anything, you can ask us questions during the day, and we will get back to you.
One of the things One of the things that we work really hard on, and the main thing is our mindset, right? Our belief systems, and we hold you accountable. So the number one factor for women over 40 to not only lose the fat, but keep it off and have less depression and mood swings is when they actively work on their mindset and their vision for themselves. So what we do in our group is we work on not only goal setting, but the action steps it takes to meet your goals. And having a plan makes you feel really, really good on the inside. And we create routines, habits, empower you from the start all through the phases, right? You are going to learn strategies and tools to work with your brain and push yourself forward and grow. So not only are you going to get, your calories and your macros, but you're going to know exactly what foods that are going to help you fuel and nourish your body, including the treats that you love, right? And navigating all those situations, right? Parties, vacations, being sick, graduations, holidays, right? Birthdays, all those things. We also really want to push who you surround yourself with, right? People that have similar goals. So we always say you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So, and your husband, your partner, they might be the nicest, kindest person in the world. Your children are great, your friends are great, but they are not always doing the same thing as you. Your husband can try, stop drinking soda for 3 weeks and lose like 25 pounds. Women physiologically are different. Doing the same thing is really, really important in being an active participant in that. We have 2 clients here who are going to just talk about their experience inside the program, their specific experience, and that we don't like plan them. That's not how we do things. I want them to share like why about their experience, like why they joined, what their goals were, and what their experience was. And I want them to be 100% honest. So I'm gonna have Kira start, and then Emily in alphabetical order, I guess.
Sounds good. Hi, everybody. I'm Kira. I'm in my early 40s. I joined this program in the summer of 2022. I resembled Nurit's earlier comments where I was just kind of at the end of my rope. I had just turned, 40. I was heavier or at my heaviest that I had been pregnant. And, my story kind of began with the fact that conveniently, one of my really good friends is Nurit's literal neighbor, just a couple doors down from Nurit. And, I just love her and trust her and have watched her, be a model, wife and mother and friend, and kind of lives an active and balanced lifestyle. And she had said, Nurit has helped other women, achieve those very goals. So I hopped on a call with Nurit. And I think I had decided, one, because of my friend Shelly's recommendations, but 2, because I had seen all of the real results similar to what Nora just showed you earlier, that this was a real group of ladies, making this work and has some kind of secret sauce going on here in this program. So I think I kind of decided I was going to do it. And I remember Nurit saying, we typically start people on a Monday, and it was a Monday. And she said, so that means you're going to start next Monday. And I was like, no, I'm starting now. Like, it's time to, make a change and kind of change my life. I had let work stress and everything, get to me over the years. And I was really, 50 plus pounds overweight. So I did it at a time when I was facing multiple business trips. I had vacations coming up. And, what I always tell people when they ask me what I'm doing, it's that Nurit and Sarah have taught me just how to live a life normally. Like, we reasonably know that you can't, pig out all the time and lose weight, that you can't not exercise and be reasonably healthy. And I had yo-yoed for so many years, trying all the things, from Weight Watchers to Noom to juice cleanses to eating clean. I think the only thing I didn't try was keto. And I have just found that, I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary in this program, that I live this as a true lifestyle, and I would say that with some of the other things I tried, like Whole30 or Weight Watchers, but clearly I did not actually make them my lifestyle. And I finally feel like I found the one thing that I can sustain reasonably and also continue to grow in, because one thing that was new to me in this program was strength training, which is, getting out some good old dumbbells and working out for just 20 minutes 3 times a week, and like seeing the literal changes in my body composition. And I think the final thing that I'll add is just working with Nurit and Sarah, and not just them, like our extended group of members of their community, like Emily, who you're going to hear from in a minute, and I think Anna's part of our group too, is just how we lean on each other and we support each other. And we're all kind of working towards the same, we may have different goals in terms of weight loss or, weights to lift or whatever it is that we're working on. But it's that uniqueness, I think, that Nurit and Sarah specialize in women, and specifically women who are 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, dealing with the hormonal things we all deal with, and just understanding what it is we need to be successful. And when they talked about their responsiveness, like, I think most of us don't wait more than a couple hours if we have a question, either directly messaging them in the app, like we were just talking about, or in our Facebook group where we can even ask each other for help and ideas. And so it's just been literally life-changing for the better. I think it's the last program I'll ever do, because this is just, I understand, like, there's no endpoint to this. Like, this is how I need to live my life to be a good model for my kids and to be mobile into my old age, because at some point it became less about vanity. In the beginning, it's like, I want to lose weight, right? But now it's more like, oh my gosh, like, I want to actually be able to get up off of the floor in the future. And I know a lot of other ladies who are grandparents now are like saying the same thing. They're like, I can run around with my grandkids. I can get up off the floor. And it's these kinds of things that I'm thinking about now that I'm in my 40s, which is like, I just want to age gracefully and I want to feel the best that I can. So hopefully that wasn't too much, but thank you all for being here. Over.
That was amazing. Yes, yes. We have a lot of grandmothers in the program. We have a lot of moms, and they can really say, like, what I'm doing is very balanced. And I hope you were motivated by what Kira shared and also motivated at what we're doing and like what the women are doing, that it's not anything crazy. It's very balanced. It's a balanced approach, a healthy approach, something you would want to model for your kids. I'm going to let Emily go. Take a chance.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I want to start by saying, what I do for a living, because I think it connects exactly to what Narit shared about, mindset. So I'm a therapist. My husband and I own a mental health center. And a lot of the work that I do with individuals is just that. It's really helping people to think about the way that they think. And I will say I've probably been on a diet since I was 12. I remember like it was yesterday when my mom took me to Weight Watchers. And I'm thinking, like, in retrospect, that's probably so inappropriate, but that's neither here nor there. I even was the kid who was told you couldn't go to your regular summer camp because you have to go to what they called fat camp, which was horrible. I was bullied throughout my life for being overweight. Weight has always been something that I think about in a negative way. And so throughout my life, just like Kira, I've tried everything. Nothing ever sticks. I've had 3 children, I can't even tell you how much weight, and did all kinds of things to keep the weight off. I too saw, I think it was a post on Facebook about the program. And I think like most of us, I am terrible at putting myself first. I'm usually last. And when I reached out to Narit, I would say it was a different experience from Kira, which is really good, because I was really into it. But my initial reaction was like, I can't do it. Or, I don't want to spend this money on myself, or I don't have the time for this. And I have to do this and that and the other thing for everybody else but myself. And one thing that I will say about Narit is that she was like, I'm not taking no for an answer because I know that this is going to work for you. And she said, she was like, what do you think? What are you going to do? What is happening? Like, why aren't you? And it dawned on me, like, I don't say yes to myself. And that's probably a huge part of the reason that this was really life changing for me, because it's really less about what the scale says, which Sarah and Narit have both taught me, and more about how I feel about myself. So I will say without hesitation that this has changed my life. I have never felt better about myself. I'm someone who's had multiple surgeries and just different unfortunate things have happened. So I'm someone who never thought that I could lose weight, because I can't be that person who's running every day or doing Pilates and yoga and like all these, like, I don't even know. I just was like, I'm not going to be very defeated. I'm not going to be able to do it. And guess what? I am doing it. And I'm not only doing it, but I'm doing an awesome job, because, Sarah will tell me if I need a meeting or a call with her, like I did this week. She's basically my therapist, called her crying, like I can't do it because I had a really stressful week. And she's like, you are doing it. Like, look at what you've done this week. You worked out 3 times this week. So I would say for someone who is wondering if you can do it, because you might not be that marathon runner, I'm telling you now, you don't have to be. My entire body has changed. Every time I put on clothes, they're like, either they're too big or I'm like looking really good. And I'm like, I would never say that about myself. I just turned 50. They really taught me what to do. I had no idea what I was doing. My whole mindset has changed. What I learned is it's honestly, you guys, less than you think it is, which is mind blowing. Like, you follow the app. It is like, I wake up in the morning. I'm the kind of person, Narit knows this. Tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. My why is longevity. I want to live a long time. I want to be a healthy grandma. I want to be a really good role model for my children. I want to, as a therapist, be able to, like, if I'm telling someone else to use healthy coping strategies and I'm up here drinking until 3 a.m. or eating all this food, like that, I'm living like a lie, basically. You wake up, you follow that app. I'm telling you, it works. And so I think the fact that I've also proven to myself that I can do it, that's been the game changer for me, and the mindset. So I cannot recommend this program enough. And the 2 women that run this program, they live it. They're there for you. They support you. Even if you're not in the state of Maryland, you don't even have to be here, because the support is everywhere. It's virtual, it's online. So I'm just really, really grateful. I'm excited to be a hot grandma. So thanks for having me.
Well, I love that too. I mean, my favorite thing is, and I can relate to this in other ways, is tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. So, and also proven to myself. So if you, I hope this was motivating for everyone. Thank you to Emily. Thank you to Kira. Bye, everyone.